Welcome to Ithkuil from Basics Episode 2. This time some more functional grammar, including the equivalent to plurals and pronouns in Ithkuil, configuration and referentials. Let's go through some examples using the grammar and vocab covered last lesson. This is the sentence Armal Alalu. To start with, we can look at the roots. These are the roots for to speak and adult. This is the sentence Armal Elalu. And again, we will start with the roots and the stems. These are the roots for to speak and child. The word for child is in the dative case, so they're receiving some information, in this case being spoken to. The sentence Ithkuil By Example is longer than the previous examples, but still fairly easy to pass. Now try to remember the roots and stems for these words. Don't be afraid to check your notes if needed. The roots and stems for the sentence mean eat, stone, and human. Try and translate the sentence using what we went over with cases last episode. This sentence means a stone is eaten by a human, where human is in the inducive case and stone is in the absolutive case. Now with some examples done, let's move on to pronouns in Ithkuil, called referentials. These are referential roots and are the basis of how pronouns work in Ithkuil. L is used when talking about yourself. S refers to the person being spoken to. N is for when there are multiple people being spoken to. M is for one person not being spoken to. N is for multiple people not being spoken to. Here are some more referential roots. Z, a single inanimate object, equivalent to the word it in English. Z, multiple inanimate objects. T, animate with inanimate objects. T, a previously spoken about object or person. L or le are for objects or people previously not mentioned. A simple example would be the root l, which refers to yourself, like the word me or I, which in the thematic case is la, and in the ergative case this becomes lo. Obviously, in the inducive case this is lu. When combined with the verb for speech, armal, the phrase becomes armal lu, meaning I speak. Referential roots can also be stacked so multiple people are referred to, so long as the word is pronounceable within Ithkuil's phonotactic rules. This example means me and you speak. If a consonant cluster does not fit Ithkuil's phonotactic rules, the vowel a should be inserted before or between consonants. Since we're done with referentials for now, we can move on to affiliation, connectedness, and similarity, which form Ithkuil's equivalent to plurals, and together is called the CA complex. The first part of the CA complex is affiliation, which shows the association and shared function of things in a group. There are 4 affiliations: consolidative, associative, coalescent, and variative. The consolidative affiliation might be considered the default as it denotes neutral or natural function and requires no infix consonant. Some examples of the consolidative affiliation might be used are some branches, random puddles of water, a mound of rocks, along with most things in a natural group. The variative affiliation denotes that parts of a group don't share a role at all. The consonantal infix h, or if there is no configuration, so no similarity and connectedness, this becomes ng. You can see this with the example word archanga, as it's a group of tools that don't have a functional purpose together. Coalescent affiliation is where there are different functions, but the role accomplished by the differences. Examples would be different tools that share the role of fixing, members of a band playing different instruments all in order to play a song, and in the duplex, left and right hands which perform different but related roles. The infix for this is r, or if there is no similarity, connectedness, and plexity, this becomes You can see this with the word archang or sha. The associative is used for groups with shared functions like a platoon of soldiers, a rack of spears, and keys on a keyboard. The consonant for this is either l or sha. An example of this is the word archan or sha, which represents a group of tools which have a shared function, which is to be a wrench, and are ordered. Ithkuil uses different consonants to represent plurals based on whether they are one of something, two of something, or more. These will be called uniplex, duplex, and multiplex respectively. Next is connectedness, which denotes exactly what you'd expect about a noun. For example, there are these similar but connected trees. In some situations, it's useful to denote how connected things are in a group, as they could be considered somewhere between separate and fused. Obviously, there are also situations where different things are fused together and need to be referenced like this tree composed of multiple different but similar trees. Connectedness is only one part of configuration. The other part is similarity, and this denotes how similar to one another things are in a group. The types are similar, dissimilar, and fuzzy. Here is a table of examples for what these could all look like using the concept of a tree. These are the phonetic tables for each configuration, multiplex and duplex. If you want to use duplex without denoting whether the two things are related, then you can use the consonant s. As uniplex is only one, the similarity and connectedness don't matter, as there is only one consonant to remember, l. If we look back at the example from last episode, we can see the CA complex is showing that there is only one word being used as a tool. For a change in this example, we can make it a duplex of different but fused words, a compound word, using the configuration consonant sh. To convey the word for sentence, we can use the configuration consonant f, as it denotes dissimilar, connected things. That's all the grammar for this video. Be sure to check out my next video if I manage to finish another one. Until then, here are the links to the essential resources needed for learning Ithkuil. The Discord server and updated docs are a must, as all Ithkuil resources are there, along with plenty of helpful people on the same journey as you. Credit to Lucifer Caelius Delicatus for some amazing resources. There's a link to some grammar and vocab flashcards in the description. I also cannot recommend the guides from the community enough, as they're extremely informative with lots of examples and are extremely well made.